she make me go
Welcome back, boys and girls. It's been a while, but now we promise to be much more consistent with videos. Just a bit of problems with moving, obviously. TC moved to America and I'm still in London, so yeah. Today we're going to discuss, well, as you probably know by the title, vegan bodybuilding, but more specifically alternative sources of protein like plant sources, just so you're not pounding those steaks, pounding those chicken breasts in, and can be a bit boring sometimes. Okay, so first up, black beans. I couldn't get these dry, but I mean, this is 75p for 230 grams, 2 servings. One serving is 91 calories. No, wait, it's a bit more actually. It's 104 calories, 1 gram of fat, 9.4 grams of carbohydrate, 8.4 grams of protein and 11.9 grams of fibre. So if you're struggling to get some fibre in your diet, great. Even if you're not, great. Just like, I mean, there's lots of things you can do with these. I'm going to put in 2 recipes for each ingredient below, so you just got a rough idea of, you know, if you're a vegan, what you can do. And if you just want to add like some extra protein to your meal without going too heavy on the carbs. Or if you just don't want to pound on like 3 or 4 chicken breasts, for instance. You want like a chicken breast and maybe some like beans, some beans, not baked beans but beans. Anyway, moving on. Red lentils. Okay, so the good thing about red lentils is they go into kind of a mash, so it almost tastes like, to be honest, it doesn't really taste of anything. So you can put these in a casserole, a bake. These are quite good as well. It doesn't say the dry weight, but it says they're cooked. So I'm just going to have to read you out they're cooked. But I'll write down the dry stuff, nutrition below. So, per 100 grams cooked, they are 86 calories, 0.9 grams of fat, carbs are about 9.6, fibre is still high, 4.5, and 7.5 grams of protein. So less fibre than your beans, but still, I mean, like, you have 2 servings of that, that's 15 grams of protein and 9 grams of fibre. But anyway, the point really is, I mean, you could put this instead of like mashed potato if you want to low carb, because obviously you've got the fibre which kind of cancels out the total carbohydrates. Okay, so these, they're a bit trickier to cook. You can't just pour them straight out of a can. You can, I've never seen red lentils in a can. Well, never. I've seen green lentils, I've seen other lentils, but if you can find them in a can, use them in a can if it's to your convenience. But if you want to cook them fresh, well, you don't actually have to soak them, just wash these, and then the cooking instructions are just cover in water, bring to boil, 15 to 20 minutes. In my experience, these cook fast, super fast. So next one, green lentils. To me, these are probably a bit better tasting. They don't actually go to a mash. These go, you can actually see the little lentils. How fun. Yeah, these just need a wash. This is quite popular in French cooking and other stuff. Really good in salads. I mean, like, if you want to bulk out a salad, like, so you're having a chicken salad, if you want to bulk it out with a lot of protein, this is your friend. I mean, it's your friend. Okay, so 104 calories. This is cooked, by the way. Doesn't have a dry. These are from Sainsbury's as well. So the red lentils are about £1.10 a pack. These are about £1.10 a pack as well. So you've got 500 grams. It's not bad at all. You can definitely get these in cans as well. So I mean, if you want a more convenient source. So we've got per 100 grams, slightly more fat, 2.2 grams. It's really nothing anyway. 6.2 grams of fibre and 7.4 grams of that protein. But yeah, quite good. Goes, I mean, if you're not a vegan and you want to eat these would go really well with like feta and stuff. Like I said, I'll put some recipes below anyway. If you're a vegan, these in salads, well, you must know about them already if you're a vegan, otherwise I'm seriously offended. Very offended. And last but not least, kidney beans. Okay, so these, again, like, these are much harder to cook, to be honest, so I would advise, if you're strapped for time, you know, just to get them in a can and just, you know, pour them out, sort of thing. But otherwise you're going to have to soak these for at least 8 hours. They swell, they expand, and they cook like within 40 minutes. So this is quite more of a long process to cook. And if you want to do them in batches, I mean, you could soak this whole pack and eat it over the course of 3 days. Keep it in the fridge. Okay, so macros per 100 grams, cooked, obviously, because they don't want to tell me uncooked, because they want to make my work harder. 150 calories. They have like no fat. Carbohydrates is slightly more, 21.7, and fibers 10.3, more than the lentils, but less than the black beans. And protein is pretty high, 10.2 grams. Fantastic! So the common question is always basically, can I gain while being a vegan? And this is the gain train, so you gain either way. Understand me? No, I'm kidding, but, well, no, I'm not kidding. Being dead serious. But what I'm saying is, like, you don't have to like have a meat-based diet to gain. You can still gain while eating a vegan diet. Just need to make sure your calories are high enough. And we've got videos on the calorie formulas and stuff. So if you want to click above at a more convenient time, then you can find that video. And yeah, that's what the main thing about gaining weight, gaining muscle is. Make sure you're in a calorie surplus. I know so many people have said it before, but you don't really want to be going overboard. Otherwise, all you're doing is you'll be putting on fat. People say, "Oh yes, I'm bulking," but you know, if you overbulk, people are gonna rinse me for this. They're gonna comment. But if you overbulk, you put on too much fat, and what you're doing is you're kind of like, it's kind of counterproductive. It's because you're building the muscle, but then you've got to lose the fat, and you've got to try and maintain that muscle while you're losing the fat, which is not, it's not impossible. I mean, it can be done, but it's just a bit more tricky. So we always recommend lean bulks, where you're slightly up in the calories. Anyway, back to vegans. I've drifted. I mean, like, yeah, so you've got your spinach contains protein, kale contains protein, broccoli contains protein. There's a lot more. I'll write down some stuff below, some ideas, and also, like I said, in the description below, remember to look out for it. I'm going to give you like 2 meals for each of the ingredients I just mentioned. So 2 meals for the red lentils, kidney beans, black beans, and green lentils. Just so you have one vegan idea and one non-vegan idea. And obviously non-vegans, you can take the vegan meal and just add a chicken breast if you fancy, or you could just have that as a snack. I mean, it's completely up to you. I understand everyone has got their preferences, you know, and we're not trying to convince you on a way to eat. I mean, it's completely up to you. We're just trying to give you advice. The best advice we can give, obviously. Anyway, if you have any questions, like anything you want to see in the future videos, seeing as we're going to be banging these videos out, literally, yeah, just comment below. And yes, adios for now.